Hi fellas, Ben back again at Kickstart Garage with my beloved Sherpa. Work getting started today. Sherpa, poor fella, has been sitting and sitting for a really long period of time. That's the thing with Royal Enfield. Their parts are cheap, but their parts take forever to arrive. And so I'll just show to you something which ought to be really interesting. Head gaskets, metal gaskets, 3 of them, really good quality stuff. Held a lot of metal gaskets, head gaskets over time, and this feels different. This feels very good quality, very good quality. Keep that aside. And I just wanted to talk about this. What you see here is not normal for a 10,000 kilometer run piston. This is 100% E20 business. That's what I have with me now to clean this whole damn thing. Of course, I'm going to lift the block up, but to begin with, I have to clean this piston and make it nice and shiny. I'm starting to see a lot of this come up in ethanol fuel running machines. It's a very superficial thing. If you watch, I can take it off with my hands. Just like that. Just look at that. And this is not going anywhere. For this to settle on the piston and be like that, this was the case on day one. Don't end up assuming that this is because it's been sitting for 3 months. I wanted to make a dedicated video on this as well. This is the ethanol damage. Maybe with time this will become even more solid and will add to the bloody compression, and to compression leading to detonation and so on and so forth. All kinds of issues that come up after detonation happens in your engine on a regular basis. So this is shitty as hell. This is not carbon, very superficial, mild deposits, but it's sitting on the piston, and it's not burnt away. It is deposited on the piston, and so that I very strongly believe. This was not the case with my 411. After about 35,000 kilometers, when I opened the engine up, I couldn't find the shit. It was the black tar, carbon, stubborn. But this is different. Thanks to the ethanol fuel, E20 especially. And to claim that this motorcycle is E20 compliant and all that is nonsense. I'm religiously using the fuel stabilizer, and that's the only way one can save these engines. So please take that up seriously, fellas. This is you asking for trouble if you were to run ethanol fuel. What's going on here? Anyways, just look at that. Just look at that. Look at that crap. Unbelievable. And I have to scratch all of this out, and be careful not to scratch the surface of the piston. I'm using a plastic scraper to try and get as much of this out. I also have a throttle body cleaner, so from polyol, I'm gonna use that and then get rid of this, clean it as much as I can. That's a plastic scraper. I'm going to try and get all of this out with a plastic scraper. You guys should be thinking that I'm mad to do this or even attempt it. But there's a lot online that says that you should not. Look at all that. Look at all that sludge. Carbon shit coming out. There's a lot online that says you should not be taking metal to modern day pistons. So I'm going to take some time with this and try and clean as much as I can with my plastic scraper. What's hanging up there is the world's smallest torch. I got it on Amazon. Fellows who are interested, that fella. For fellows who are interested, I'll share a link of the torch as well. There you go. The carbon's starting to come out. Getting to a nice clean piston in some time. Pulled bond tight, whatever nonsense this is. It's a nice tool. Cleaned up so much of the piston. You guys can watch this. This here is where the valves have touched the piston. They've left a mark. For people who know pistons, please do help. Let me know if this is good to go. In many ways, I don't have any choice. I'm going to use the same old piston. But is this going to be risking it? I don't know. If you guys know something about that, it's just a 0.5 millimeter dent, two scoring lines on these sides. The valves have barely touched it. Yeah, they have touched it and they've left a mark. But can I reuse this piston? Should it? Will I be asking for trouble if I were to reuse this piston? Do let me know, fellas. But anyways, that's the rim, the side cleaned up. Going in. This also pretty decent. A good job of pulling out the superficial layer of E20 shit and carbon. Now that's the serious carbon. For 10,000 kilometers, that's the carbon that you ought to see. And I'm going to be trying my best to pull that out with this scraper. Let's see if this will work. A big shout out to this fella. Polyol throttle body and intake cleaner. Works $1,000,000. Well, that's a clean piston. We'll be pulling out the block and taking care of the edge. See that there? We'll take care of that in a jiffy. But that's some plastic scraping tools with which I managed to clean all of that. Done and dusted. A nice clean piston. And moving on to the next step. The next step would be pull this out, swap out the bore block gasket, put this back on, pull the right side RH cover out, change the timing chain. Timing chain seems to be in good nick. 3 months of hanging just like that and no rust. Very happy. Good oil, I guess. AMSOIL on the chain. So that's that. Then what else? The new head. Everything going back one step at a time, not in a hurry. We'll build a fantastic motor. A motor that will last. Still a little concerned about that. These marks. If anybody knows what to do let me know. That's just 0.5 millimeter, not more. 0.5 millimeter deep and about maybe 4 millimeters lengthwise. Tapers down here on the sides, but that's on both the sides. Let me know if I should be worried or can leave that in place. Learning, fellas, just learning every day.